How beautiful.
Babaye tuye bingoniye tuye amina babaye tuye mjina lako heri tukuzwe.
Babaye tuye binguniye tuye amina babaye tuye mjina lako heri tukuzwe.
Utupe leo chakula chetu tunachohitaji, utusamehe makosa yetu kama nasi tunavyowasamehe waliotukosea, usitutie katika jaribu, lakini utuokoe na yule.
Baba yetu uliye mbinguni, yetu amina. Baba yetu uliye mbinguni, yetu amina. Baba yetu jina lako litukuzwe. Tulie mbinguni, yetu amina. Baba yetu uliye jina lako litukuzwe. Baba yetu uliye mbinguni, yetu amina. Baba yetu uliye jina lako litukuzwe.
Utupe leo chakula chetu tunachohitaji, utusamehe makosa yetu kama nasi tunavyowasamehe waliotukosea, usitutie katika jaribu, lakini utuokoe na yule mwovu wa milele.
They tell me of a home far beyond the skies. They tell me of a home far away. And they tell me of a home
I am Grand Marshal Fernando Guzman, and I call to order the fall commencement of the State University of New York at Binghamton. Everyone, please rise. Gentlemen, please take off your hats and join us singing the national anthem. Please be seated.
As president of Binghamton University, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our fall commencement. This is a special ceremony as we bring together our doctoral, master's, and baccalaureate candidates for graduation, as well as their families and friends. Congratulations to you all. Before we proceed with our program, I would like to welcome members of the Binghamton University Council who are joining us today. Catherine Madigan, Linda Beamer, Dennis McCabe, and Sarah Gloss, our student representative. Thank you for being here. I would also like to introduce our other special guests. They will stand as I call their names. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Donald Neiman, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. James Brochart, Vice President for Advancement. Joanne Navarro, Vice President for Operations. Brian Rose, Vice President for Student Affairs. Bhagat Samakia, Vice President for Research and Distinguished Professor. Laura Bronstein, Dean of the College of Community and Public Affairs. Beth Birch, Dean of the Graduate School of Education. Upinder Dhillon, Dean of the School of Management. Pamela Stewart Foz, Dean of the Decker School of Nursing. Ann McCall, Dean of the Harper College of Arts and Sciences. Gloria Meredith, Founding Dean of the School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Hari Srihari, Dean of the Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science. Susan Strail, Vice Provost and Dean of the Graduate School. Michael McGough, Senior Vice Provost for Strategic and Fiscal Planning. Pamela Mission, Faculty Advisor to the President. Heidi Goldstein, President of the Alumni Association. Mary Jane Sager, Chair of the Professional Employees Council. Dylan Shade, President of the Student Association. Shengsheng Zhao, President of the Graduate Student Organization. Please join me in applauding these special guests. In addition, a number of our esteemed faculty are present today. Will all faculty on the stage and in the audience rise? Please join me as we applaud their support of and dedication to the success of our students. And I would also like to thank the Binghamton University Wind Symphony, the Harper Chorale, and the Broome County Celtic Pipes and Drums for their participation in today's celebration.
Good afternoon. That's good, that's good. My name's Don Neiman. I'm provost at Binghamton University, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to commencement and to be among the first to congratulate you, members of the class of 2015. You are a remarkable group of students. At the time you applied to Binghamton, you demonstrated that you had the academic ability to succeed at one of the best public universities in the United States. And since you arrived on our campus, whether as freshmen, transfer students, master's students, PhD students, you've not only shown that you are very bright, you have demonstrated that you are hardworking, intellectually curious, and eager to make the most of what this great university has to offer. You've also shown that you have a wonderful sense of humor, like to have fun, and care about serving others. You embody the balance that makes Binghamton University such a wonderful place to study and to work. It has been a pleasure to have you as our students. Congratulations to you on your many accomplishments. Please stay in touch with us and keep us informed of the many, many accomplishments that are yet to come. Now, we will recognize graduates who have attained doctoral degrees, the highest degree conferred by the university.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Nursing Practice, and Doctor of Philosophy please rise? President Stenger, on behalf of the Graduate School, I have the honor to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all of the requirements as prescribed by the faculty for the degrees of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Nursing Practice, and Doctor of Philosophy.
By the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York and the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Nursing Practice, or Doctor of Philosophy. In accordance with the usual custom, you are entitled to all the rights and privileges pertaining to the degree here and elsewhere. In token thereof, we will award you a diploma and invest you with the appropriate hood for your degree.
Will Student Marshal Franz Zerka Debnar and School Marshal Sarah Lamb please lead the doctoral candidates to the platform to be hooded by their faculty members?
Dr. Frances Marie Shrinka-Debnar, hooded with Professor Gail Spencer, nursing. Dr. Santina Abadi, hooded with Professor Gail Spencer, nursing. Dr. Maureen Mary Dawes, hooded with Professor Gail Spencer, nursing. Dr. Janjil Shahat, hooded with Professor Sarah Lamb. Dr. Hisham Ahmad Al-Amonami, hooded with Distinguished Professor Krishnaswamy Srihari. Dr. Ashok Viswanathan, hooded with Distinguished Professor Dr. Krishnaswamy Srihari. Dr. Denise Nicole Ireton, hooded with Professor Lee Ann Wheeler, history. Dr. Anas A. Hurani, hooded with Professor Chun An Chu, system science. Dr. Polagutu, hooded with Professor Dura. Dr. Chiu Chin, hooded with Professor N. Eva Wu, electrical engineering. Dr. Tianyi Gao, hooded with Professor Bhagat Samakia, mechanical engineering. Dr. Polya Ishkanova Brandoff, hooded with Professor Thomas Wilson, anthropology. Dr. Thomas John Giardina, hooded with Professor Anthony Fumera, evolution, ecology, and behavior. Dr. Murong Shi, hooded with Professor Anthony Fumera, biochemistry, cell, and molecular biology. Dr. Mei Yi Zheng, hooded with Professor Heather L. Fumera, biochem, cell, and molecular biology. Dr. Linda Diane McCausland, hooded with Professor Joyce Ferrario and Professor Susan Strail. Dr. Jack Eugene Marsh, hooded with Professor Randy Friedman, philosophy. Dr. Robert Yarborough Phelan, hooded with Professor Thomas O'Brien, educational theory and practice. Dr. Kevin Andrew Murphy, hooded with Professor Diane Miller Somerville, history. Dr. Michael Timonen, hooded with Professor Stephen Ortiz, history. Dr. Breno Retondin Varanda, hooded with Professor Ron N. Miles, mechanical engineering. Dr. Lauren Beth Fishbein, hooded with Professor Matthew D. Johnson, Psychology Clinical. Dr. Jessica Frances Surdy, hooded with Professor Mary Ann Swain, Community and Public Affairs. Jessica Surdy is the first graduate of the College of Public Affairs Interdisciplinary PhD program. Dr. Jeanette J. Lee, hooded with Professor Jerry Britton, Family Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner. Dr. Denise Ozabachi, hooded with Professor Susan Strail, Economics. Dr. Mehmet Kayalp, hooded with Professor Dmitry Ponomarev, Computer Science. Dr. Megan Wood Seymour, hooded with Professor Pamela Stewart Foz, Nursing. Dr. Lynn Baniak, hooded with Professor Caroline Pierce, Nursing. Dr. Colleen Cameron, hooded with Professor Carolyn Pierce, Nursing. Dr. Carrie Mark Shaw, hooded with Professor Beth Birch, Educational Theory and Practice. Dr. Elizabeth Kane, hooded with Professor Beth Birch, Educational Theory and Practice. Dr. Sang-hee Lee, hooded with Professor Michael Conlon, English. Dr. Bernard Lanter, hooded with Professor David Davies, Biological Sciences. Dr. Bingwei Liu, hooded with Professor Yu Chen, Electrical Engineering.
On behalf of the Binghamton University community, I congratulate you all on this well-earned achievement. Thank you. Congratulations.
The recipients of the Doctor of Education, Doctor of Nursing Practice, and Doctor of Philosophy degrees may be seated.
So I usually don't talk much at graduations, but I get to pick when I do. And today I'm going to talk. First, I want to say, whoa! Congratulations, you did it! You've earned your degree from Binghamton University. Congratulations, class of 2015. And special congratulations to the university's first PhD graduate from our College of Community and Public Affairs. I sort of consider myself part of the class of 2015, kind of like a graduating senior, having arrived at Binghamton 4 years ago in a very cold January of 2012. See, I was a transfer student from the University at Buffalo. I had definitely upgraded. Looking back at those first few days, I realized just how much I've learned about Binghamton and how much Binghamton has become part of who I am. I was incredibly impressed when I first arrived on campus. And like you, I was a little nervous. No, I was a lot nervous. I was meeting hundreds of new people, colleagues and professors and students. I asked myself the same questions you probably did. Is this the right place for me? And wow, there's a lot of smart people here. Can I keep up? And then there was the confusion over my name. Lots of people kept asking me, what should I call you? President? Mr.? Professor? Doctor? But what really threw me was when people messed up my name. President Stinger? President Stanger? President Stenger? Finally, I said, just call me Harvey. I'm really good with that. I spent the first months getting to know people and what they did on campus. It was a lot like going to the general interest meetings that the student organizations put together. Lots of free food and people trying to convince you that they're the most important group on campus. But pretty soon, I began to realize that Binghamton really was a perfect place. To begin with, as Goldilocks says, it's just the right size. There's so many options and opportunities, and it's a place where you can really spread your wings. At the same time, you can easily find your place and be proud of where you are. And that is when I realized that I loved this university. When did you fall in love with Binghamton? Perhaps it happened while taking a hike through the nature preserve, or while watching one of our famous rainbows, or the sun coming down or going up over campus. Maybe it happened after receiving your first A in a class, or while you were weaving your way through the never-ending construction. And what's up with all those green fences? I keep falling in love with Binghamton, and mostly because I keep learning from students like you. For me, this is the most amazing contradiction. Students come to Binghamton to get educated, but they teach as much as they learn. My first campus mentor was Dove Berkman. Some of you may remember Dove. He graduated a couple years ago. Dove was very active on campus, participating in student government, working with Hillel, serving as the student representative on the Binghamton Council, having a great summer internship with a congressman in Washington, D.C. Dove helped me learn about things that I didn't understand, like what's a salamander ramp? And why doesn't the library tower have a library? But mostly, Dove taught me that Binghamton students want to make a difference. Shortly after he began his term on the Binghamton Council, he approached me and wanted to know what new things the university could do for the men and women who had served in the military. I asked him why. Did he have a family member who was a veteran? And he said, no, I just want to help them. Now, I think that Binghamton does pretty well in this regard. Our Office of Veteran Services has helped put the university on published lists of universities that do the most for veterans. But Dove told me we could do more, and he was right. So he created a veterans student organization and met with faculty to talk to them about the challenges veterans face, things like dealing with post-traumatic stress syndrome and their difficulties in transitioning back to civilian and campus life. Dove taught me that even when you think you're doing the right thing, a fresh perspective can help you do even better. Which brings me to another thing I love about Binghamton, the way our cultural breadth and diversity broadens our personal perspectives. For example, in just the past few weeks, I've celebrated Langar with our Sikh students, watched Bhangra dancing at the Diwali Festival of Lights, and celebrated the lighting of the Hanukkah menorah with students from Hillel and Chabad. Binghamton really is a world of its own. This diversity fills our brains and enlarges our souls. It makes us smarter about the world around us. But even more importantly, it fosters the compassion and empathy we need to make the world a better place. But education, perspective, empathy, and compassion will only carry us so far. You need drive and motivation, and Binghamton students have these in abundance. I recently attended an award ceremony for Binghamton junior Kishora Armstrong and senior Jesse Garn for their successes at the 2015 NCAA Track Championships. Jesse came in 4th in the men's 800, earning All-American honors, while Kishora only received honorable mention for her finish in the long jump. At our ceremony, I was struck by something that Kishora said. Although she would have loved to have done better at the NCAAs, she says she learned more by losing than if she had won. Everyone has bad days, she says, but it's what you do with them that makes the difference. For her, this meant using her setbacks as a reason to work harder, to be more motivated, or as she puts it, to embrace my faults and use them as a catalyst for improvement. What I learned from Kishora is that a good part of learning comes from when things aren't working out. University presidents need a thick skin. They're always making decisions that are bound to bother someone, but what I really hate is when I disappoint my students and they let me know it. But they're also the first to offer emotional support when times are challenging. Truthfully, the criticism and praise I receive from students is some of the most meaningful feedback I get because I know it comes from their hearts. Working with students like Dove and Kishora and so many of you is the best part of my job. Nothing gives me more energy, keeps me on my toes, and is more fulfilling than the time I spend with students. And just watch, in a little while, hundreds of students will cross this stage and I will reach out to shake their hand. And I guarantee that by the end of it, I will be visibly more pumped and more excited than when I began. I also know that this is true for your professors. They love teaching you and learning from you. They feed off the contact and interactions they have had with you. So that's what I've learned from you. What have you learned since starting at Binghamton? And even more importantly, how has it changed you? In a few minutes, the university will announce that you have gained the knowledge and expertise necessary for your field, but surely that's not all you've learned. In fact, I bet that much of what you've learned at Binghamton, from your professors, from your mentors, from your friends and peers, won't be fully apparent to you until many years from now. Probably as a leader somewhere, maybe 20 years from now, you'll find yourself in a situation where the things you've learned and the relationships you've fostered will come flooding back to you just at the moment you need them the most. The decisions you make will be better because of the time you spent here, exposed to other cultures, taught by outstanding faculty, and enveloped in the camaraderie of good friends. I hope that when that moment comes, you'll embrace the way Binghamton has impacted you, because I can tell you that we appreciate the way you have impacted Binghamton. Thank you for leaving the campus better than you found it, and I pledge to you that when you return, and I know you will return, it will be even better. Thank you, and congratulations. We will now honor the graduates who have earned master's degrees from our 6 colleges. I would like to ask Dean Laura Bronstein to come forward for the presentation of our master's candidates in the College of Community and Public Affairs.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from the College of Community and Public Affairs please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the College of Community and Public Affairs, I'm pleased to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all their master's degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Sean Sherwood and School Marshal Mary Ann Swain, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Sean Sherwood, Master of Science, Student Affairs Administration. Molly Ann Babcock, Master of Science, Student Affairs Administration. Benjamin Jonah Fiedler, Master of Public Administration, Public Administration Accelerated. Cynthia R. Cook, Master of Social Work, Social Work. Jennifer Briggs Ellison, Master of Social Work. Sarah M. Serba, Master of Social Work. Nicole Lucine Cragen, Master of Social Work. Jamie Lynn Marie Mugeo, Master of Social Work. Anita E. Mohanty, Master of Social Work. Angelica Duran Stanko, Master of Public Administration. Danielle Ray Zavada, Master of Social Work.
The candidates from the College of Community and Public Affairs may be seated.
I would like to ask Dean Pamela Stewart-Foss to come forward for the presentation of the master's candidates in the Decker School of Nursing.
Will the candidates for the master's degree from the Decker School of Nursing please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the Decker School of Nursing, I am pleased to present you with these candidates who have fulfilled their master's degree requirement as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Sarah Clark and School Marshal Judith Quaranta, please lead the candidates to the platform so that they all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Sarah M. Clark, Master of Science, Community Health Nursing.
The candidates from the Decker School of Nursing may be seated.
I don't think you can get more personal than that. I would like to ask Dean Beth Birch to come forward for the presentation of the master's candidates in the Graduate School of Education.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from the Graduate School of Education please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the Graduate School of Education, I'm pleased to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all their master's degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Aaron Kleinhertz and School Marshal Loretta Mason Williams, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Erin Marie Kleinertz, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education. Marissa Lynn McNamara, Master of Science in Education, Literacy Education. Courtney J. Guyton, Master of Science in Education, Literacy Education. Christy Lee Beers, Master of Science in Education, Literacy Education. Alexis Nicole Avery, Master of Science in Education, Literacy Education. Chelsea Ann Hinman, Master of Science in Education, Literacy Education. Kimber Rose Mahoney, Master of Science in Education, Literacy Education. Heather Brianne Connors, Master of Science in Education, Literacy Education. Chelsea Marie Cole, Master of Science in Education, Literacy Education. Antonia Nicoletti Eaton, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education, English. Shannon Marie Bruno, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education, English. Pamela Ann Russell, Master of Science in Education, Adolescence Education, Spanish. Michael Maximilian Miller, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education, Social Studies. Natalie Rose Bach, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education. Julianne E. Quinn, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education, Social Studies. Laura Veronica Westhoff, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education, Mathematics. Michael Hyde Ferris, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education, Mathematics. Nicholas A. Marbecker, Master of Arts in Teaching, Mathematics. Justina Valega Mancini, Master of Science in Education, Mathematics. Christopher Richard Northrup, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education. Nicole Corinne Whalen, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education, Spanish. Margarita Crenova, Master of Arts in Teaching, Adolescence Education, Physics. Casey Ann Ausby, Master of Science in Education, Special Education. Stephanie Marie Pietrasanti, Master of Science in Education, Special Education. Lisa Marie Bolus, Master of Science in Education, Special Education. Shannon M. Blazevich, Master of Science in Education, Special Education. Caitlin Ann Calkins, Master of Science in Education, Special Education. Nicholas John Rogers, Master of Science in Education, Special Education. Leah Justina Anyonwu, Master of Science, Educational Studies, New Orleans.
The candidates from the Graduate School of Education may now be seated.
I would like to ask Dean Ann McCall to come forward for the presentation of the master's candidates in Harper College of Arts and Sciences.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from Harper College of Arts and Sciences please rise? President Stanger, as Dean of Harper College of Arts and Sciences, I am pleased to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all their master's degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Paige Peltier and School Marshal Florence Plasman, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Paige Carol Pelletier, Master of Arts, English. Kelsey Marie Kraus, Master of Arts, Comparative Literature. Maggie Bacon, Master of Science, Biomedical Anthropology. Stephen Lee Ogden, Master of Arts in English. Yan Chen, Master of Arts in Economics.
The candidates from the Harper College of Arts and Sciences may please be seated. Thank you.
I would like to ask Dean Upinder Dillon to come forward for the presentation of the master's candidates in the School of Management.
Will the candidates for the master's degrees from the School of Management please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the School of Management, I am pleased to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all the master's degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Echo Kao and School Marshal Manoj Agarwal, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Lin Grong Echo Kao, Master of Science in Accounting. Yi Jun Chen, Master of Science in Accounting. Hao Chen, Master of Science in Accounting. Evan Q, Master of Science in Accounting. Chang Chen, Master of Science in Accounting. Xiaoling Chen, Master of Science in Accounting. Jialin Huang, Master of Science in Accounting. Hillary Alexandra Ramirez, Master of Science in Accounting. Megan Ryan Collins, Master of Science in Accounting. Alexander Scott Nolan, Master of Science in Accounting. Allison Nitsky, Master of Science, Accounting. Alex Carl Ainsberg, Master of Science, Accounting. Yu Jia Gong, Master of Science in Accounting. Misi Jiang, Master of Science in Accounting. Qiang Shi, Master of Science in Accounting. Jianmei Luo, Master of Science in Accounting. Yang Xu, Master of Science, Accounting. Yuhan Shi, Master of Science, Accounting. Wang Jin, Master of Science, Accounting. Yi Zhu, Master of Science, Accounting. Li Fu Zhang, Master of Business Administration. Wen Bin Shi, Master of Science, Accounting. Ruxi Wang, Master of Science in Accounting. Yijie Ma, Master of Science in Accounting. Chu Ding, Master of Science, Accounting. Qianyu Jia, Master of Science, Accounting. Michael Scott Weiss, Master of Science, Accounting. Grace Chen, Master of Business Administration. Kaiyan Belinda Lee, Master of Science, Accounting. Linnea A. Pettit, Master of Science, Accounting. Michael Alexander Zill, Master of Business Administration. Jeremy Adam Vila, Master of Business Administration. Joseph Paul Meloro, Master of Business Administration. Yut Liangyi Pu, Master of Science, Accounting.
The candidates from the School of Management may please be seated.
I would like to ask Dean Hari Srihari to come forward for the presentation of the master's candidates in the Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from the Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science, I'm pleased to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all their master's degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Breno Veranda and School Marshal Wei Yi Ming, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Hong Kim, Master of Science, Electrical Engineering. Krishna C. Chinamathaneni, System Science and Industrial Engineering. Abdulrashkan Reddy Minamaredi, Master of Science, Computer Science. Venkata Raju Sayaparaju, Electrical Engineering, Master of Science. Stephen Merwin Jones, Master of Science, Computer Science. Michael Christopher Mine, Master of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Thayer Moyad Aglul, Master of Science, Industrial and Systems Engineering. Ma'an Zaid Kokash, Master of Science, Industrial and Systems Engineering. Ragad Baha Al-Din Walde, Master of Science, Industrial and Systems Engineering. Aditi Desai, Master of Science, Electrical Engineering. Yanan Liang, Master of Science, Computer Science. Meng Ching Qian, Master of Science, Computer Science. Min Wang, Master of Science, Computer Science. Li Huo Chen, Master of Science, Computer Science. Dajhao Pan, Master of Science, Computer Science. John Naseby Palya, Master of Science, Electrical Engineering. Khaled Abdel Nasser Sarag, Master of Science, Electrical Engineering. Vaishali Bakhtal, Master of Science, Computer Science. Dajasi Rabatla, Industrial Science and Engineering. Banu Tejvasabi Tedekonda, Master of Science, Computer Science.
Candidates from the Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science, please remain standing.
Will all master's candidates please rise? President Stenger, as Provost, the Deans and I are honored to present to you these candidates for the various master's degrees conferred by the university.
For those who have successfully completed all degree requirements by the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York and the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York, I confer on each of you the appropriate master's degree with all the rights and privileges which pertain to that degree here and elsewhere. My sincerest congratulations.
Master's candidates, congratulations, and please be seated.
I am pleased to introduce Heidi Goldstein, President of the Alumni Association Board. She would like to share congratulations on behalf of our Alumni Association.
Thank you, President Stenger, and congratulations to the awesome class of 2015. I welcome you today as you join the ranks of Binghamton University alumni. For those of you who may not know this, you are not just becoming alumni, but as soon as you flip your tassel, you automatically will become members of our Alumni Association. Many of you received new student t-shirts when you joined the campus. But let me tell you, your Alumni Association is about more than just a cool shirt. After you graduate and scatter to places across the United States and around the world, our Alumni Association will be the only organization dedicated to connecting you, your classmates, and other alumni and our great university. And that's a good thing, because no matter where you go or what you do, Binghamton University will always be a part of you. The academic opportunities you got here helped prepare you for your profession, and the experiences you had helped you become who you are. Now you are becoming part of an alumni network of over 121,000 people in all 50 states and over 100 countries. That's right, 121,000 people who spent their college or graduate school years in the same extraordinary university you did. 121,000 people who are as proud as you that they graduated from Binghamton University, and 121,000 people who have your back. As though that weren't enough, the Alumni Association also will let you know what's happening back on campus and what your classmates are up to. Through a significant number of local chapters across the globe, organized professional and social networking events, community service opportunities, and other ways for you to hang out with your fellow graduates and meet other alumni, and connect you with alumni who can give you career advice or maybe even help you get a job. Just because you're graduating doesn't mean Binghamton is done with you, and we certainly hope that you're not done with us. Alumni are the most important asset this university has. I'm proud to say that we were recognized as such just a few months ago when the first ever Alumni Center was dedicated in the middle of our campus. The addition and placement of this center not only gives you a place to come home to, but it also symbolizes our role as the heart of the university. So please stay connected, not only for what we can do for you, but also so that you can be available to help the next generation of students. You can pay it forward in so many different ways. Choose those that you enjoy the most. In the meantime, get ready to flip your tassel. Welcome to the Alumni Association, and thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. At this time, we will recognize the accomplishments of our baccalaureate degree candidates. Each school and its students will be recognized. The degrees will be conferred at the conclusion of our recognition of each student. I would like to ask Dean Bronstein to come forward for the presentation of our baccalaureate degree candidates from the College of Community and Public Affairs.
Will all candidates for baccalaureate degrees in the College of Community and Public Affairs please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the College of Community and Public Affairs, I'm pleased to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled their degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Marshallette Atkins and School Marshal Denise Yull, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Marshallette Atkins, College of Community and Public Affairs. Renee Tong. Jessica Dorber. Megan Carpinetta. Joshua Wallenstein. Bridget Riley. Yunji Ryu. Elizabeth Jean. Morgan Murphy. Anthony Pace. Marvin Sukiran. Sabrina Woods. Allison Gordon. Doris Frasca. Natalie Vergara. Amaryllis Munoz. Caroline Testa. Gina Natalie. Tessa Friedborn. Jolynn Barton. Jonathan Letterman.
The candidates from the College of Community and Public Affairs may be seated.
I would like to ask Dean McCall to come forward for the presentation of the baccalaureate candidates in the Harper College of Arts and Sciences.
Harper College. Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from Harper College of Arts and Sciences please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of Harper College of Arts and Sciences, I am pleased to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all their degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Fasih Ahmed and School Marshal Celia Klin, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Fasih Ahmad. Wala'a Ahmad. Jacob Snell. Darren Healy. Stephanie Romano. Bella de Galorme. Lane Lung Che. Heather Burton. Annalise Mirabella. Talia Fisher. Audrey Russo. Bai Shui. Jessica Leffler. Alexandra Grzebic. Carolyn Guo. Allison Blum. Jeffrey Kimball. Nikita Brodyagin. Dylan Ma. Brianna Lalor. Michaela Pagnoli. Jacob Mason. Genevieve Crescenzo. Ashley Gorman. Hannah Hickox. Kevin Cordy. Allison Shend Affelter. Chelsea Babbitts. Stephen Shin. Kelly Martin. Cameron Hollingshead. Patrick LaBeouf. Matthew Christian. Itzhak Kelsler. Eliana Fulton. Minjung Ryu. Ha-Young Shin. Son Min Park. Kevin Yu. Haimin Kim. Bai Ho Kim. Anjan Saha. Jamie Munoz. Alicia Primus. Amanda Augusto. Jody Young. Taylor Thomas. Raven Cusco. Nada Bashari. Zakai Jacobson. Johanna Schwartzer. Xu Shen. Lindsay Miron. Nicole Kelly. Alam Rafita. Eric Liang. Teresa Wu. Carissa Weidman. Rebecca Brayman. Bamfian Fongaputai. Rachel Kupferberg. Noel Fisher. Colton Perry. Samantha Babcock. Heather Humphrey. Audrey Sapunarich. Shannon Smith. Sydney Wade. Adele Rishti. Sophie Nowak. Amanda Levy. Alicia Merrill. Janice Jenkins. Jordan Jaika. Anna Batana. Bridget Kunz. George Karunas. Brooke Kilmer. Alyssa Eckert. Sean Bailey. Corey Mossberg. Jonathan Lee. Nicholas Fennessy. Alexa Hartmeyer. Eric Burke. Michael Howard. Robert Fiala. Jessica Haggis. Jingwei Lee. Bail Gould. Kara Cruz. Kyle Twining. Rabel Patel. Kelsey Allen. Mallory Schmeckpfeffer. Samantha Meadows. George Bishai. Eric Tam. Jessica Huang. Dan Ting Lee. Drea Aird. Dominique Descorbet. Ka Yong Pak. Hai Mi Ha. Wei San Leong. Jacqueline Sullivan. Allison Moy. Sean Healy. Trevor Hartblay. Maura Lee Lewis. Emily Clark. Amelia Coonan. Jacqueline McLaughlin. Yun Sun Lee. Jaime Hong. Xin Yin Kwan. Matthew Denk. Morgan Spencer. Shan Shan Wei. Eva Moss. Jennifer Castillo. Karen Ramakuba. Jonathan Evelyn. Kevin Chumain. Alan Nurkararian. Casey Mangles. David Graham III. Aviva Korbman. Elizabeth Jaipargas. Margaret Honig. Berlin. Joseph Jarras. Brian Griffin. Matthew Foote. Julius Gonzalez. Lauren Persia. Melanie Benger. Elizabeth Singer. Emily Kleinfeld. Clara Wander. Andrew Ryan. Si Cheng Kui. Tian Hao Kao. Aaron Berkowitz. Daniel Thompson. Pamela Vasquez. David Samarski. Samia Small. Bing Fong. Harper Schauberhauer. Jong Yu Lee. Sung Min Na. Junya Jung. Min-Seo Lee. Chingge Wang. Shaonan Guo. Brian Puria. Taylor Rosen. Ilana Lipowitz. Katrina Comerford. Juna Jung. Jaehui No. Seong-Yun Kim. Gushaan Baines. Daniel Martin. Harrison Doolin. Saruta Siri Watanaku. Yang Hu, Giyun Lee, Yunju Kim, Ju-hyun An, Sumin Yum, Jing Yao Ma, Ivy Yihong Yu, Eileen Duran, Youngwon Kim, Hyungjun Kim, Amanda Mohaber, Grizel Nodarse, Vincent Lee, Michael Lund, Jessica Pak, Brianna Russo, Matthew DeLay, Yu-hee Jang, Robin DeJesus, Mallory Schwartz, Victoria Valvis, Alyssa Giannone, Madeline Fisicella, Natalia Beltran, Merva Yilmaz, Desiree Ortega, Japri Kyong, Jason Lachalento, Murakola Uchudi. Mariam Sahu. Caddy Jete. Jamela Washington. Natasha Madison. Nadia Nyang. Uriah Hunt. Rayan Reed. Bright Mensa. Kaswana Piri. Henry Olubi. Adam Factor. Michael Martinez. Amandeep Singh. Madison Mathis. Benjamin Willis. Raid El Jalad. Timothy Konetchi.
The candidates from the Harper College of Arts and Sciences may be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian Rose, Vice President for Student Affairs at the university. For the past 7 years, I've enjoyed the great privilege of introducing student speakers at our commencement exercises. We've been gradually changing the ceremony program in recent years, and with those changes, this is likely the last time I'll personally have this honor. It's been a joy to play the role and to introduce so many exceptional graduates over those years. I don't play a part in actually selecting the speaker, but if I did, I could not have identified a more fitting individual on whose behalf I could provide the introduction one last time, or a better example of what our graduates represent. Joshua Wallenstein is your speaker this afternoon. Josh is graduating from the College of Community and Public Affairs program in Human Development. His hometown, Binghamton, New York. Josh actively serves his hometown in many capacities. He has been a mentor to middle school students in Johnson City, a daycare provider to children at the Jewish Community Center, a cantor at Temple Concord, and a disability services provider in our community. As one of the community members who recommended Josh to speak today wrote, Josh is an individual with the moral conviction to do what is right for others, and he is not afraid to stand apart from the crowd. Josh is a fitting commencement speaker in other ways as well. He is an artist, a poet and storyteller who is described as a natural comic, but one who can also break your heart. Today is a day where we search a bit for inspiration, and that is one more reason Joshua Wallenstein is a becoming speaker. Clear from his speech and the comments of those who recommended him is this: Josh sought this opportunity not so much for the recognition it would bestow upon him, but more for the chance to inspire others with his story. And finally, as one of his professors wrote, Josh will never bore anyone. Graduates, faculty, family, and friends, I introduce to you Joshua Wallenstein of Binghamton, New York.
Deans, professors, faculty, friends, parents, grandparents, siblings who are guaranteed a free meal later today, welcome and thank you for being here as we, the Binghamton University class of 2015, cross our collective fingers and pray that we've read our transcript correctly. That after 2, 4, 6 years of school, this ceremony and perhaps most taxing dinner with the entire family, that we will actually receive a diploma. And if not, may you take solace in knowing that while you at some point may find yourself sitting through another ceremony much like this one, whoever speaks at said ceremony will undoubtedly be more handsome, more entertaining, and will make far fewer pop culture references than myself. At the beginning of this semester, I sat down and thoroughly studied my transcript. Just like many others probably did, I made it a point to review my DARs as infrequently as possible, based on the logic that what I don't know won't affect my graduation status. I found, however, that the ebb and flow of my grades told my story. Sure, it told many individual stories, bad dates after swiping right all too haphazardly, the many hours spent watching Grey's Anatomy on Netflix, that 1 hour spent at the gym. But collectively, it told my story. Like all good stories do, this one starts just after 2 a.m. on February 15th of 2014. While others' Valentine's Day escapades were just drawing to a close, I was watching my brother cry for the first time since we were butt heads and fart knockers, wrestling over the remote on the living room floor, blowing bubbles into our chocolate milk, getting sent to bed early after sneaking the last Oreo. My story starts just short of a month into the spring semester of my junior year, just 2 weeks shy of my turning 21. My story starts with holding my mom, my tooth fairy and greatest champion, for the last time. It's been said that every event in your life is a beginning, a middle, and an ending, just depending on what page you turn to and what story you choose to tell. So the beginning of this story is the ending to 1,000 others. Like the one where she taught me that if you can't pronounce his major, don't date him. Or the one where, in the midst of a heated argument, one that could only be had between mother and son, working together to fit the sheets onto the twin bed pushed up against the wall of his very first dorm room, I promised her that she would be the only girl I'd ever bring back to that room. Or the one where, for 20 years, someone reminded me regularly to take my Lactaid pills. Someone watched Chopped with me on Friday nights. Somebody danced with me. For 20 years, I would say into the phone, "Put Dad on, but make sure you get the phone back after." For 20 years, before realizing the true value of wine, someone was my refuge at family gatherings. Someone reminded me to leave the house occasionally and to brush at night and to be nice to Dad. That she wouldn't be bested in words with friends, and that comparing yourself to others and counting calories are a complete waste of time. For 20 years, regardless of how often I rolled my eyes, despite how often, to my own detriment, I ignored her reminder to take my Lactaid pills. No matter how many times I lied through my chocolate-stained teeth, claiming with crumbs glued to the corners of my mouth that it wasn't me who snuck the last Oreo, someone always listened to my stories. So many times, goodbye was the ending. But to this story, the one I'm choosing to tell today, goodbye is the beginning. It was the beginning of giving up, which is completely paradoxical to what today and our future should be about. But my father always says, "You're not married to anything. You're not married to a decision. You're not married to a major or to an apartment or to a job." In the following months, in search of some semblance of order or meaning or distraction, I started and subsequently gave up more jobs than I can remember. Had I married each one of them, I'd have been divorced more times than Ross by the end of season 6 of Friends. The duration of these jobs ranged anywhere from 1 day to the record-breaking week and a half, that being my job at Starbucks. Turns out that as much as I enjoy drinking my soy green tea latte, I'm not so much a fan of making it and then watching somebody else drink it. So I gave up. I gave up a boy who was sensitive and generous and whose major I could pronounce because I couldn't begin to fathom a future with someone she would never know. Someone who would know her only through the stories I'd tell. I gave up leaving the house and brushing at night and sometimes being nice to Dad. I gave up the idea of today. I gave up wondering what a cap and gown would feel like, knowing that with a perpetually empty seat in my cheering section, it could be nothing more than bittersweet. I gave up my booth at the CIW dining hall, my parking spot next to the nature preserve. I gave up opening textbooks and writing papers and sitting through lectures. I walked into the dean's office and I gave up. And I had no intention of going back because going back meant moving forward, which was synonymous with moving on, which was just the first step in letting go. I turned on the radio one day while Dr. Oz happened to be a guest on a morning talk show. He was in the middle of discussing the benefits of fitness and a healthy diet. These being fairly high on my list of least favorite things, I couldn't really tell you what compelled me to keep listening. Odds are, however, I was waiting for a Taylor Swift song to come on, her being high on my list of favorite things. He said one thing, however, that made the wait for bad blood worthwhile. Your heart has a certain number of beats in it, total. In other words, our hearts come programmed to beat a fixed number of times. And we can plead, and we can bargain for more, and we can skip going to Five Guys once every couple of months, but our hearts are going to beat the number of times they're going to beat. And whether you believe that it's science or that it's fate, there's no knowing what that number is. But we can be sure that the beats we have left aren't going to waste. That we're not wasting beats settling on a job or a graduate program we continue to sink hours into even after realizing it's not what we wanted after all. That we're not wasting beats doing something we should be doing rather than something we want to be. We can save those beats from concerning ourselves with what others think of the decisions we make, or comparing ourselves to others, or counting calories. We can avoid wasting beats in a city that doesn't feel like home, or in an argument we've completely forgotten the origin of. We can be sure that we're not wasting beats feigning affection or withholding emotion. That we're not wasting beats on someone who doesn't inspire us, someone who isn't sensitive and generous. Don't waste beats on someone who doesn't love us so much that we want to cry, on someone who doesn't remind us that we love to dance, on someone who doesn't want to be a part of our story. See, the thing about giving up is you're not married to it. Simply flirting, simply swiping right and avoiding eye contact for the next 4 years. It wasn't long before realizing that by not opening another textbook, by not writing another paper or sitting through another lecture, by not leaving the house and meeting the most kind, supportive, thoughtful people I've met, who are an essential part of my story and remind me every day that I love to dance, I was wasting my beats. Today is bittersweet. For me, it's because these weren't the best 4 years of my life. They weren't over in the blink of an eye, and I wouldn't do anything to relive them. They weren't the glory days, but they made for one hell of a story. Binghamton University, class of 2015, we have one hell of a story. Congratulations.
I'd like to ask Dean Dillon to come forward for the presentation. Thank you, Josh. For the presentation of the baccalaureate degree candidates in the School of Management.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the School of Management please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the School of Management, I am pleased to present to you these candidates who fulfilled all their degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Jacqueline Valentine and School Marshal George Babinski, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition of their academic achievements. Jacqueline Valentine. Marissa Gardenier. Ri Hua Zhu. Patrick Zagarino. Scott Ballin. Brendan Grabe. Jordan Oliver. Nicole Longweir. Michael Mihalko. Emily Muliso. Shi Ching Chen. Yu Fa Zhu. Anuba Lily Patak. Alexander Schloss. Rosa Sio. Ebony Arendt. Selena Ng. Adam Kinsella. Huang Bish Fang. Young Che Daniel Zhang. Yingru Lin. Young Hun Kim. Yunjong Ji. Sung Yin Song. Alexander Shortell. Gregory Morley. Zachary Charter. Michael Rosenberg. Shui Yan Pi. Kong Kong He. Ellie Reichner. Pamela Kessel. Elizabeth Reichert. Deandra Sanyoto. Zulima Cabrera Santiago. Gong Chen. Jia Xin Lu. Huan Xin Zhang. Justin Wong. Yi Chao. Iris Kuo. Muhul Siddiqui. Connor Farito. James Stigler. Andres Palmer. Hee Soo Han. Sung Yun Kim. Nihan Nahir. Xiao Cheng Tong. Rebecca Chicheng Cheney. Dana Welch. Candy Clements. Elizabeth Merklinger. Yana Chirapashenkaya. Joanne Aklan. Joseph Normand. Alexander Kosielnik. Jason Benison. Shiyi Zhu. Yan Jing. Jonathan Tang. So Hyun Kim. Hee Seong Yang. Hei Jin Kim. Kang Min Ko.
The candidates from the School of Management may please be seated.
I would like to ask Dean Srihari to come forward for the presentation of the baccalaureate candidates in the Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science.
Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science, I am pleased to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all their degree requirements as prescribed by the faculty.
Student Marshal Yuval Shafir and School Marshal Peter Partel, please lead the candidates to the platform so that all may receive recognition for their academic achievements.
Yuval Shafir. Kwang Lin Park. Shane Ramey. Chuck Yi. Anthony Stella. Austin Thompson. Omer Malik. Sung Seo Park. Umit Ozedirlir. Tyler Esport. Lucas Eager Levitt.
The candidates from the Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Science, please remain standing.
Will all baccalaureate candidates please rise?
For those who have successfully completed all degree requirements by the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York and the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York, I confer on each of you the appropriate baccalaureate degree with all the rights and privileges accompanying it. On behalf of Binghamton University community, I congratulate you all for this well-earned accomplishment. As is customary, upon conferral of the baccalaureate degree, you may now move the tassel on your cap from the right to the left. Will all doctoral, master's, baccalaureate candidates please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, parents, partners, and friends, I present to you the Binghamton University graduating class of 2015.
Everyone, please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we sing the Binghamton University alma mater. We invite everyone in singing the refrain and the second verse. The lyrics may be found on the back cover of the commencement program. The commencement proceedings of the State University of New York at Binghamton are completed. We kindly ask the audience to remain seated for the academic recessional.
Thank you.